Welcome back everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Booster 2000. And today, me and Hope and James are going to go tear down the engine to build my RS2000 turbo. What do you think? Yeah, she's definitely excited. And she's got her little book ready and she's been revising. Haven't you? You've been revising your book. So you're going to get your spanners out. Are we literally just going to tear this engine down? Just waiting for James now.
Hit subscribe.
We interrupt our program.
Okay, so part one of the video in the Mini. Oh my god, so we're Ollie now, just at the Palmer's to go and get the engine hoist to get this engine onto a stand, strip this engine down. Scorcher of a day. Don't ask me how we managed to fit this in the car, boy, you know. Smashed us up a little bit, it has, but on to the next stage.
12 seconds later.
That's an absolute palaver to get that in a Mini, so yeah, get it out of the Mini now and get it into the garage. And it's heavy and it's a hot day. Beads of sweat. So yeah, a few more bolts, that's put together, ready to get the engine standing, hopefully whip it up, get the engine in here now, and start tearing it down. It's like Fort Knox here, moving these cars around. Let's get this by. Don't do any more damage to a wheel or a bumper. So tell me everyone, who went to Ford Fair this weekend? We didn't go. A lot of people asked would we go in. Too much going on. We've got a local show this weekend. And then the weekend after we're up spectating, up Gravity. Last year we were on stand with Fast Forward, Fast Forward stand, which was a great one and we really enjoyed. But yeah, we just got too much going on this year. But next year, hopefully, the car may have a new look, it may have a new power engine, and yeah, we're excited to go for that. But until then, we're just going to do local shows.
3 days later.
Road trip number 2, our body shop, and let's get this engine stand. Bollocks.
Hours later.
So yeah, Mini comes in handy again, and we have the engine stand. Okay, we're all set up. Okay, so update anyhow, whilst I'm waiting for James. I can't remember what I went through in the last video, but I've had more parts delivered. I have had Piper valve springs, okay? These are the uprated ones, so you don't get no float. Bit of a nightmare, okay? So I had these from BHP, Brands Hatch Performance. I bought them, and after 2 weeks they didn't come. Then I had a discount code on eBay, so I bought another set, okay? Which saved me £50, amazing. So I've like landed. So if the ones haven't come, cancel our order. So wouldn't, because you're going to save 50 quid. What the Brands Hatch Performance going to do? They cancelled both of them. The discounted ones and the other ones. And that discount code ended that night. So as a result, I had none of them. Plus, they had nearly £500 worth of my money. So never ever use them again. Now I've got these parts. That's to you. Poor shoddy service. Said they were in stock. They still took 3 weeks from order. I had to order a third set from them. If I go elsewhere, I would have gone. Next up, Burton Power. Some parts from there. Original 4 parts too. So we've got the lower timing chain cover. Burton Power timing chain for the bottom, for the oil pump. Head bolts. Spanky new water pump. Burton Power again. Tensioner pad, oil pump chain. Tiny that is, wasn't cheap. Bearings, she's laughing, but there she is, whilst we're watching In the Night Garden in the garage. Proper chain, that's for full chain. Burton Power, chain tensioner, used once. Multi-layered steel head gasket, for the record. as well as full head gasket set with all like Varsum oil sealers and stuff. And then a complete bottom end gasket set too. It's not too bad. Also very important, forged rods with ARP19 bolts and 86.5 forged pistons. Loads of boost depending. So I've run stuff like oil, oil filter, all that kind of stuff, some sealants and all that, and some grease. This engine is more or less there now. Let's get it stripped down today. Not sure what James is going to be like on the camera, if he's going to be shy or if he's going to be active. But you want to hit James up if you need any help or any work. James also done my mapping and my base map and my wiring on the car. You would have seen the pictures in an old video. Also, I've set up a Facebook group called N7A Turbo Conversions, okay? So that's a real good help for anybody. Go and join that, okay? Because there's not much stuff online for these. People put bike carbs on them and throttle bodies and stuff. And cam them, but the turbo conversions and stuff like that, there's not much info out there. So get over to that, N7A Turbo Conversions. It's on Facebook, just search it. Or search for me and you'll see I've shared it. There you are, so the inlet is off in readiness, and James is going to borrow this because it's going off. So what's happening with this? It's going to be jigged or something, is it? If we're going to make a template out of it?
Yeah, he's going to make a copy of it basically, and then make another sort of aftermarket style one.
There you are, so that's something that could be on the cards for me in the future too.
Makes a bit of room around the injectors and opens up options for more fuel in it.
Happy days. So yeah, tear down has commenced. Yeah, clutch off, and it's a nice smelly gearbox out there, so it had a leak. So yeah, that's for the scrap pile.
When we sorry, Bob.
Alright, she's used to it.
It might.
Right, okay, so now I'm gonna fucking hell, repeat, rewind, roar and edit, isn't it? James went down to a local fucking place, builders merchants, to try and get some bolts for the engine tanks. We didn't have any. We ended up buying some bar, like rebar, and we're going to use obviously some nylock nuts now, so I've been cutting them away, because Holmes, if you're watching this, you've still got my grinder. I don't mind, but I'm just saying you've still got my grinder. We're going to get this engine up now. I'll put a 4 on stand baby, and get the engine up, we'll time maps up, and get it onto the stand and start tearing the engine down in readiness. There we are, nice and tight on there now. This guy's back on the stand and drop this down. There we are, master work there. Let's see if these bolts hold up, shall we? Yeah, we got faith. If the engine drops on a soft floor anyway. There we are, next job, block cover off. We've got one plug we want to get out now on here. James has taken obviously the pipes off ready for breather, because the block's going to be stripped down. But yeah, engine is on the stand. Yeah, got some clean oil coming out now, but with some fucking congealed crap in it. Power steering pulley coming off the pump. Readiness to take this off. Tension and all that kind of stuff, and the alternator bracket as well, then you get off. Still dripping this oil out. Looks lovely.
Lovely.
Put in the comments what colour you think I should paint this block. Yeah. James's camera shy, see?
No, I'm spider fucking 4-bit.
There's spider webs everywhere now.
Yeah.
And nests. Where's it gone? Where?
Yeah.
There we are.
There we are.
We've got a friend. One thing we have picked up on is old engines, okay? I've got lots of rounded nuts. Something else for the scrap pile. Oh my gosh, look at this.
Smell it, bud.
No, I won't. I take your word for it. Oh, it's vinyl. Been on through, so we've taken the tappets out, we've taken the cams out, we've put all that stuff safe. Next job, whip these head bolts out now. We are trying to fly through, and we've not covered off everything on the camera. Look, it is starting to get dark outside now, and it's getting late, so we're going to crack on and get as much done as we can. Hopefully get this engine fully toned down today, get the sump off. We've still got the crank to take off because we still having a bit of trouble with the pulley. Flip the engine around, take the pistons out, and then obviously James is going to take us with him, and he'll be in a machine shop by the end of the week. Yes, I cut him out. What do you say, James?
Hopefully.
Hopefully. Get his head bolts off now.
Without snapping.
Yeah, without snapping them.
That's all of it, to be honest.
I'm filming, I can't. Joking, phone down. Right, story time. Whilst James is cracking his head bolts off, right? A long time ago, I'm going to show you a photo down here now, okay, of my Renault 5 GT Turbo. See if I can find them. I'm sure there's one somewhere. Yeah, there is that Renault 5 Turbo, okay, which is still on Bike Cops, I think. If you go back and search Western Wales, the back in 2001, 2002. Show my age now. James wasn't even driving then. Yeah. So right, yeah. So basically, right, my Renault 5 Turbo. Some of you might have heard this story. There's a few stories about this car actually. But yeah, it's a great car. Went through 4 white gaskets on it. It was 200 brake horsepower, and it was an absolute animal. I loved it. And that noise is giving me anxiety, and you'll hear why. So basically, right, we've done your gasket 3 or 4 times in it. Maybe 3 times actually. Fly, my friend, helped do it. Palmer helped do it. We had head off, we were used to it at this stage. Got it skimmed, got high tensile steel head bolts, okay, from either K-Tech or BB Racing, it was back in the days. Renault specialist. Put it all back together. As we were talking when the bolts down, it snapped in the block. We were like, oh, everyone, don't worry, don't panic. Take it all back off. Towed the car to this place called Ortec in Swansea. They were a machine shop, okay? So they were really good. They managed to get the head bolt out. It was like 20 quid back in the day. Landed, absolutely landed. So there's me in my old girl's pepper red Mark 6 1.3 pushrod Escort, towing the car back, okay? So we were in Swansea. If you know Swansea, we come out of the Morver Industrial Estate and we were going to head up towards like Winchwen. But there's a little bypass just before that. When I was towing my brother, Renault 5 Turbo now, bonnet opens this way, it had a carbon fibre bonnet on it, which is a Renault 1916 valve scoop. Really nice car, okay? I loved it, as you can tell. So you drive like that. My brother's a bit of a plonker. Austin, if you're watching this, you're still an absolute a-hole, okay? I still don't forgive you over it. We were driving and he couldn't slow down, apparently. So I don't know how, but he couldn't slow down. So he decided to knock in the gear without telling me. I'm driving down the bypass. The next minute, he's beeping a horn. Like, do you know what I mean? The battery's almost flat. I'm going, like that. And I look behind me, and the fucking bonnet flew up in the air and come off the car. I pulled over, like, what the hell's going on? Looked under, obviously not the bonnet, just it was there, looked. The entire block was gouged. The piston had come off, blown through the bottom. The rod had smashed the side of the block up and gone through the side. Killed that car. Literally killed me inside. I loved that car. I absolutely loved it. And I'm really still sad about that this day. I sold it to a friend for £80. Okay, he put a new engine in it. He killed it too after that. But yeah, that's a story. So, not happy with that. Happy days.
Let's re-put it.
Okay, so head is off a car. Obviously, we poured oil down here. But on a close inspection, the gasket has gone here on it. So the head's going to have to be skimmed anyway. That probably explains that's probably a bit of water, well, soil. But yeah, definitely looks like the gasket has gone here. Other than that, the head looks good. Doesn't seem to be any cracks on it. We'll get this off anyway. The block will get cleaned up and stuff. Let's take a look underneath here. No visible cracks or anything. This will go off to the machine shop now. get pressure tested and skimmed. Look, where's it there?
Up there somewhere.
Yeah, it's difficult to see, but you can see the split there on the ring. It hasn't actually gone all the way through this side, but you can see.
Probably would have leaked up the top side though,
You
wouldn't it?
can see the shape of it here. It's a bit like obscure. So, yeah, that's not good. That's again scrap pile. All some bolts are off now, ready to get the sump off. Yeah, definitely see the sealing hanging over the edge there.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to do a bit of that, pry this off. Oh, that's coming off now. I'll drip some oil then everywhere. Good news story, there's no swarf or anything in here. A little bit dirty, we'll clean all this out. Yeah, so sealant all around here. Got to clean all this up. Sump is up there, needs to be cleaned up. I need to decide if I'm going to alloy weld or put like an AN fitting in for my oil return, or just use one off my car. Reason why I'm thinking that is because I can sell my whole turbo conversion then with my sump as well, just to make it easier for somebody else. But I don't know, it sounds like more work for me. I'm just quickly taking the oil pickup off, and I've cleaned this up because it was absolutely howling. We still haven't managed to get this off. We do have a plan. Next job, obviously, we take off the bottom and bolts off the what do you call it, the rods. Yeah. Take obviously the the crank bolts off. We'll take this kind of stuff off. This will be off, clean it up a little bit. Hopefully then we can have an empty block.
Hopefully, yeah.
Yeah.
Get it down to a block and then get in the car.
Big hope. So whilst we're just doing that, obviously James will be taking the pistons because we're going to go to the machine shop and just take a look at them. So 86.5, so it's 0.5 over bore. We worked it out, it'll be a 2 litre 0.044, so I think we're looking at something like that. It'll actually be a real 2 litre now, not a 998. But yeah, not bad pistons, all like custom made and stuff. Happy with them. So yeah, there's the first bearing out, and it's not scored, which is a good sign. Could be far worse, couldn't it?
It's not missing any layers, so
happy days.
A little bit of wear there, but
yeah. Good news now as well, pistons have dropped down. One of them's a little bit tight, so we need to hit that one down. Yeah. But yeah, it's a good sign.
Bearing number 2.
Let's have a look, straight.
Yeah, same.
Bearing number 2, good. Not bad.
1 score mark in it. So, yeah. In the fucking bin anyway, mate.
Number 3, in real time, so you're sharing this experience with us.
Yeah, oh,
that's got a score, yeah.
That's fucking. Yeah, it's pretty bad, is
Okay, so number 3's done, it's over.
Bad part is they get worse the closer to the oil pump we go, so.
Oh, there you are.
We'll have a look now.
This one will be right off now.
Any RS engines about it? Yeah.
Bit of heat through it, do you mean?
It's no worse than the others really though, there's no big scores in it. So.
Yeah, happy days. We'll take that.
That's a good thing, standard size look. STD.
Perfect. Yep, do that standard size one, so we know messing around with these and the original Ford ones. I think we got Ford.
Yeah, I think they are.
Yeah, we got Ford on them as well, don't we?
Yeah.
That's not so bad, so that tells me it's not been the moon and back yet. So pistons are out and scrap. We won. We got it off. We got it off.
Victorious, but
yeah. So a lot easier. We can turn the engine. We give it a few little taps with the old rubber mallet. Like I said, get these bought. I'll show you them. So yeah. So these are gonna be taken off. Clean this up. Obviously, then the crank will come out. Take the chain off. And you know what? This cover, do we leave the cover on or do you take it off now, James?
no, that'll have to come off first. So.
Yeah, we'll take this cover off. So James knows he's doing, not me. And you know what, give it a wipe over. And then this engine is going to the machine shop.
Big wipe over.
Yeah, big wipe over. And I'll be like that to it. I don't want to see you until you're in my car and fixed.
Don't come back until you're 85 and a half.
Yeah.
Or 86 and a half. Sorry.
Yeah, 3.5 then. But yeah, happy days. Let's get this off now, and because it is cracking on, and James is doing an outstanding job. He did say to me,
I'm trying, but
yeah, he said to me, Hold on. Oh, I get that done in half a day now, no problem at all. He said we'd fly it. He said easy engines. He's that. Which, to be honest, now we told it out, it more or less is.
It is pretty simple, isn't it? Once
Yeah.
you
But it's just time consuming. When you come across obstacles like things being stuck and old engines and all that kind of stuff, because people have had their hands on them and things are seized, and you've got a sealer and you've got rounded bolts. It's just,
age-related
yeah.
stuff, you know.
Yeah, like I said, it just becomes problematic. But no, we'll clear this down now and get the rest of the oil out of it, and James will kindly take this to the machine shop, and hopefully by next weekend it'll be a case of stick it back together.
It'll be done by the end of the week, probably. But
There you are, do that. Optimistic.
everything optimist.
So yeah, you got the cover off. Gosh, look at this. A lot going on there, isn't it?
That was a one, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's it. Stormzy. I have a girl cat named after the rapper Stormzy has come to say hello. Something like that. What do you want? What do you want? I'm not letting you in, you're soaking. And the trainer's off. But guess where it is? In the scrap pile. We are last few bolts, got the crank out. We upgraded now, we got to take these bolts off so we can get this out, so we can get to this on the end, because
engine stand problems.
with the engine stand you can't get to a bit of a ball lift to get these off, so don't do any damage. This will separate from here then. Last then leaves taking this out, wiping the oil off a block, and you know what, James can go home to bed then. And I can go in on my bolognese and wash my hands and play with the baby.
It should come off now.
Happy days.
Yeah, good. You're going to do one of them as well, isn't it?
Yeah, well that's in the back there is. I'll just chuck that in a sump with everything else.
Give you one of them as well?
I think so.
Yeah, I got a spare one anyway for
So yeah, we've got access to these now, and then we can get this out and leave James to that. Was I chuck this down in the sump with my other bits.
Yeah.
So some nice cleaned up bits in here. Obviously got a new one of these, but it's always good to have a spare. James is busy with his dugger. Yep, and there you go, there's the last bolts out from there. Excellent stuff.
What did I put the
Looking for?
oh, but I'll stick them in the
Losing his head.
I am now.
Yep, fly through this now. There we have it. There's the block. We've cleaned the oil out and stuff now ready. So this, the flywheel, the head is going off. So the flywheel's going to be done as well, light and balanced. James is going to send the inlet manifold off because it's going to be like replicated and jigged for his inlet.
That's my secret.
Alright, so James isn't doing that.
I'm not doing that. No,
he's doing it for me.
Yeah, someone else is.
And we're going to smash everyone. We're going to have the biggest power RS2000 ever. So
Being twice the power for half the price, my
yeah. But yeah, so yeah, I'm going to wrap it up here. Big shout out to James. Like I said, hit him up and stuff like that. We need his stuff done as long as we're local. Great guy. But yeah, so thanks for watching, and hit like and sub, and I'll see you in the next video. Oh,
There you go.
Stormzy's crying because it's raining outside.
Flicking water off his feet.
Right, that's it. I'm soaked. Yes, vote is bye. This video is definitely over. So, out.